Martell Holt is still in the ICU, and doctors now say that his condition is even worse than they had first believed. The reality TV star, businessman, and father is now fighting the toughest battle of his life after a terrible car crash that has left him in critical condition. What began as a shocking accident has now become a full-blown crisis involving health updates, rumors of sabotage, legal trouble, family drama, and questions about his future. Right now, Martell's life hangs in the balance, and the people closest to him are praying that he pulls through. The crash happened late at night on a quiet stretch of highway just outside of Atlanta. Martell was reportedly driving alone when his car suddenly lost control. Witnesses say it all happened in seconds. His car veered sharply, spun across the road, and slammed into a guardrail with such force that the front end was nearly ripped apart. One person who saw the wreck described the sound as something like an explosion. Another person ran to help and said Martell was still awake when they reached him, but he was badly hurt, unable to speak clearly, and could barely move. Rescue workers arrived within minutes and rushed him to the hospital. He was taken straight to the intensive care unit, and that's where he remains to this day. At first, it seemed like his injuries might be manageable, but new medical reports say otherwise. Martell has multiple broken bones, internal bleeding, and a serious head injury. Doctors have said his condition is critical, and that means his life is still at risk. Even though he wakes up at times, he's weak, confused, and barely able to speak. The medical team is watching him closely. They're monitoring his breathing, checking for signs of infection, and trying to keep his blood pressure stable. The road to recovery will be long, and the doctors have not made any promises. They say it's still too early to know if he will recover fully, or at all. That's a terrifying reality not only for Martell but for his family, his friends, and the fans who have followed his journey. As Martell lies in a hospital bed, the world around him continues to spin. His past is catching up to him, his business plans are falling apart, and his legal issues are becoming more complicated. What started as a tragic accident has turned into something far more serious. People are now asking if this crash was really just an accident or if something else may have happened. Some reports even suggest that someone may have tampered with Martell's car. There are rumors going around, unconfirmed, but growing louder by the day, that Martell's car may have been sabotaged. Some say his brakes may have been cut. Others believe someone damaged the tires or messed with the steering. Police are still investigating, and mechanics are checking every part of the car to see if foul play was involved. There's also talk of another vehicle being seen near Martell's car just before the crash. One witness even claims that they saw a shadowy figure run from the scene. No one has confirmed these reports, but the questions remain. Even if the crash turns out to have been just a tragic mistake, it still brings big problems. For one, there's the issue of whether Martell was distracted while driving. Some say he might have been speeding. Others think he was texting or looking at his phone. If any of that turns out to be true, he could face serious legal consequences. There may even be lawsuits coming, especially if another vehicle was involved and someone else got hurt. Reports suggest that another driver was nearby during the crash and may have suffered minor injuries. If that person files a lawsuit and claims Martell was at fault, it could lead to more court dates, more legal bills, and possibly huge financial losses. Martell is in no position right now to defend himself, and that only adds to the growing chaos surrounding him. All of this is happening while Martell is still trying to heal, not just from physical wounds but also from emotional ones. This crash has changed everything. People close to him say he seems different. He's quieter, more distant, and visibly shaken. Some even say he's showing signs of deep trauma, as if he's reliving the crash in his mind over and over. That kind of mental damage can be just as hard to recover from as any broken bone or head injury. On top of all this, Martell's personal life is once again under a microscope. His relationship with his ex-wife Melody Holt is being talked about again. For years, their marriage, and divorce, was the talk of reality TV. Cheating scandals, custody battles, public arguments, and online fights made headlines again and again. Now, this crash is pulling them both back into the spotlight. With Martell unable to care for their children right now, Melody is left handling everything, and that could lead to more custody disputes down the line. Meanwhile, Martell's current girlfriend, Ariane Curry, is said to be by his side at the hospital. Some reports claim she's helping with his care and trying to keep things calm. But not everyone is happy about her being there. There are rumors of tension between her and Martell's family. Some family members reportedly don't trust her or want her involved. That drama is only adding more stress to an already painful situation. Martell's role as a father is now also being questioned. With him unable to parent, people are asking what happens next. Will Melody take over all responsibilities? Will there be new court hearings? And how will the kids handle seeing their father in such a fragile state? These are heavy questions with no easy answers. Financial problems could be next. Before the crash, Martell was working hard to rebuild his image. He had real estate projects, brand deals, and business ventures in motion. But now, everything is at risk. Some brands are already distancing themselves. They don't want to be tied to any legal drama or negative attention. Sponsors may pull out of deals. Shows and events may decide to leave him behind and move on without him. Martell's public image was already shaky because of his past mistakes, and this crash is bringing all of that back to the surface. People are talking again about the cheating, the domestic violence charges, and the court fights. Some fans have sympathy, but others are using this moment to criticize him. The judgment is harsh, and Martell can't respond or explain his side right now. This is one of the hardest parts of fame. When you fall, the whole world watches. And right now, Martell has fallen hard. Whether he deserves sympathy or criticism, he's still a human being who's seriously hurt and trying to survive. He's made mistakes, yes, but now is not the time for attacks. What he needs is support, space, and time to heal, physically and emotionally. His career may take a long time to recover, if it ever does. In the business world, especially in entertainment and media, your reputation is everything. If Martell is seen as unreliable or involved in too much drama, people will stop working with him. Deals will fall apart, money will stop flowing, and opportunities will dry up, but none of that matters right now compared to his health. Doctors say Martell will need months, maybe even a year or more, of rehab. He may need to relearn how to walk, talk clearly, and take care of himself again. That kind of recovery is not just painful, it's frustrating, slow, and deeply emotional. Every day will be a struggle, and it won't just be about healing his body. He'll also have to face everything he's lost, his freedom, his momentum, and maybe even parts of his identity. Right now, Martell is trapped in a place between life and recovery, between hope and fear. His fans, friends, and family are holding on to every small update. People are praying. People are lighting candles. People are remembering the good times, those moments when Martell made them laugh, gave good advice, or shared something real on camera. Even some of his critics are taking a moment to say that no one deserves what he's going through. That's the thing about tragedy, it reminds us that no matter our differences, we're all human. We all bleed. We all break. And sometimes, we all need a second chance. Martell Holt's future is unknown. Maybe he'll make a full recovery and come back stronger. Maybe this will be the event that changes him, that makes him finally slow down and reflect on his choices. Or maybe it will be the beginning of the end of his public life, as he quietly slips away from the spotlight to focus on healing in private. No one knows what will happen next, but one thing is certain, this crash has changed everything. It's a turning point, not just in Martell's life, but in how people see him, support him, and talk about him moving forward. His story has always been dramatic, full of highs and lows. But this may be the most important chapter of all. As he fights for his life, the world watches and waits. And all we can do now is hope, for healing, for peace, and maybe, just maybe, for redemption.